Hello guys, welcome to Ramta Solutions. Welcome to your lesson on statistics. Today we are looking at percentiles. Sorry about that. Today we are looking at percentiles. So what are percentiles? So percentiles basically from the word percentage, or they use percentage. It is a value that will tell us what percentage of data is equal or below whichever value that we will be giving you or you will be given. Or another definition would be, which I prefer, would be that it is a value that divides data into two parts. Okay? It is a value that divides data into two parts. Okay? So when we talk percentiles, we also use a formula. Let me write it here. We also have a formula. That formula is R equals P over 100 into n minus 1, okay, n minus 1 close plus 1. So this is the formula that we use to find the location or the position of the percentile that we are looking for, and this is the number of the number of values you have in your data, while this P is your percentile, which is a percentage that you're looking at. Okay, but you're going to understand this formula shortly. So there is a terminology that we use. One is, of course, the term percentile. Okay, so we have defined what it is, and then we're also going to talk of the value. Sometimes it's also called the datum. Okay, so when we talk of the value, we basically are saying this is what we measured or recorded during an experiment. So obviously you will get this from your data set. Okay, you will get this from your data set. Okay, you will get this from your data set. Now we also have a rank. So when we talk of a rank, we talking of the position of that value in your sorted data. Remember, to sort your data, you must sort it from the smallest value to the biggest value. Okay, you must sort your data from in ascending order, from the smallest value to your biggest value. Okay, so rank your data in that way. Okay, sort it out in that way. Okay, so we are not going to waste time. We are going to head straight into a data set. And otherwise, there are also different formulas. Maybe let me give you another formula that you can use. So formulas that you can use, okay, formulas that you can use to find your data. One, we mentioned that one of R equals P over 100 into n minus 1 plus 1. Okay, remember this one will help you find the rank. Okay, will help you find the rank while this is your percentile. Okay, while this is your percentile, and this is number of values. Okay, let me just call it number of values in your data set. Okay, in your data set. Okay, these are number of values in your data set. So obviously you can rearrange if you know the rank of your data, if you know the rank of your percentile, you can find your percentile. So that would mean that you will have to rearrange this formula. Okay, that will mean you can rearrange this formula. If they tell you, for example, a value is ranked 5 and there are 10 values in your, what is this? There are 10 values in your data. You can find the percentile by making P subject of the formula. Okay, so what do I mean? You can simply do this. You can say this is R equal P over 100 into n minus 1 plus 1. You can do this. You can say, okay, if I know my rank, I can basically say this is R. Yeah, let me change the color. This is R minus 1, as you can see, equals P over 100 into n minus 1. Right? Can you see that? Now I will divide by n over 1, n minus 1, and multiply by 100. So what do I mean? What I mean is you will be having something like this. Times 100 all over n minus 1. This will be your P. And this is how you can find your percentile. Okay? This is how you can find your percentile. Okay? You can find it in this way. Right. Alternatively, finding your percentile, you can use this formula. You can say percentile is equal to values below datum or number of values. Number of values. Let me just write it like this. Number of values below that datum that you're looking at, that value that you're interested in. Okay? And number of values below over number of values below. Okay, number of values below plus number of values above. Okay, number of values above. This will give you your percentile. Okay, this will give you your percentile. Okay, it will give you your percentile. So let me give you an example of why this one is a perfect one. Let's say, for example, let's sort out our data. For example, let's say find the percentile. Okay, let's say find the percentile. Find the percentile of 13. Okay, or 13.0 in the following data. What is our data? It is 10.3 and 11.1 and 13.0, 13.9, 14.2, 19.8. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 values. Can you see that? So we are asking what is the percentile of 13? Okay. So 13, where is it? Here is it. So what is its percentile? What is its percentile? Where is it? Number of values below 13. How many are they? They are 2. And then how many? Again, we said number of values below. They are 2. And how many values are above this 13? It is 3. So it's 2 plus 3. Of course, multiply by 100. What is your answer? So it will be 2 over 5. It will be 2 over 5 times 100. So this is 40th. It's 40%. So this is the 40th percentile. Right? Okay? So this is the 40th percentile. Okay? So this is the 40th percentile. All right. So this is how you can use this formula. Okay? This is how you can use this formula. But even this one here is working. Okay? Even this one here is working. So I'm going to come to this one. When you come to this one, your rank is normally an integer. Okay? Is normally an integer. So if this guy is not an integer, okay, if it is not an integer, let me just write in width. If R is not an integer, okay, if it is not an integer, remember when I say integer, I'm basically saying if it's not a whole number, okay, if it's not a whole number, what you need to do, find the average of the two terms, okay, find the average of the two terms that are close to each other. For example, you have 3.5. You will find the average between the third and the fourth value. Okay? your rank will be the average between the third and the fourth value. If, for example, you have you don't have an integer as your rank, okay? So if your answer is not an integer, meaning if your answer is not a whole number, please find the average of the two numbers of the two numbers concerned or involved. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I mean. So, but before that, let's also try to explain this. Remember, when we talk percentiles, we have, for example, let's say we have, remember they range from 0, percentiles, they range from 0 to 100, right? They range from 0 to 100. You can have your first percentile, 0th percentile, second percentile, 25th percentile, and all that. So I'm going to show you percentiles for these values that we come across a lot in your data handling. So let's say we have this value here, and let's say this is a 0, and this is a 100. Let's also divide it by 4. So let's say 1, 2, 3. So this one will be, let's say, 25th percentile. This one will be 50th percentile, while this is the 75th percentile, right? Okay. Now, there are things that you know. You know very well that you need to be careful. Okay, you need to be careful. The 0th percentile is what we call the minimum. Okay, is what we call the minimum. And this one here, the 25th percentile, is what we call the lower quartile. All right, lower quartile. All right, it's what we call the lower quartile. Then we have the 50th percentile, is what we call the median. All right, is what we call the median. All right, and then what is your 75th percentile? It's the third quartile. It's what you call your upper quartile. All right, it's what you call your upper quartile. Now, what is your 100th percentile? It's your maximum. Okay, it's your maximum. So you can also use that formula that I gave you of R equals P over 100 multiplied by n minus 1 plus 1. You can also use it to find the location of these values that I just mentioned now. Okay, you can also use that formula to find these things. Okay, all right. So let's try an example where we try to find these things using that formula. Example. So using the percentile formula. So let's say using the percentile formula, determine the minimum. Determine the minimum value. Q1, Q2, Q3, and maximum value. Okay, and the maximum value. Okay, for what is our data? When it's not sorted, please sort it out from the smallest to the biggest. So it's 7, 8, 14, 17, 19, 20, 30, 36, and 45. Okay, so this is our data. Now let's try to find the minimum value. Remember, the minimum value is the 0th percentile. Okay, so our solution for the minimum, we know R equals P into n minus 1 over 100 cos plus 1. So for minimum, we know that here P equals 0. Okay, P equals 0, and we expect R to be 1. Okay, we expect R to be 1, but let's see if it will be 1. Okay, but let's see if it will be 1. So let's see, P equals 0. Okay, so let's go. Now, 0 over 100 into how many values are here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 9 minus 1 plus 1. So what is this? This is 1. Therefore, minimum value, right? Minimum value is, you look for the value that's ranked number 1, or that's in the first place. What is that value? It is 7. So our minimum value is 7. I know it's easy to tell from this data set that 7 is the first value. But remember, we were asking you to use a percentile formula. Okay? Perfect. So it's 7. All right. Now let's go to now lower quartile. Lower quartile. Hey, lower quartile, not quartile, quartile. Okay, so lower quartile, what is it? P would be, or not P would be, P is 25%. Okay, it is 25%. Let's see. R equals P into n minus 1 over 100 plus 1. So this is 25 over 100 into, we said there are 9 values, isn't it? Yeah, we said there are 9 values. So it's 9 minus 1 plus 1. Okay, let's see. What is it? 0.25 times 8 minus 1. Oh, sorry, plus 1. So this is the third value. Okay, this is the third value. So let's go look for the third value on our data set. It is 1, 2, 3. It is 14. Therefore, lower quartile is 14. Right? Therefore, lower quartile is 14. Right? Lower quartile is 14 indeed. Now, let us then proceed to median, which is Q2. Right? We go into the median, which is Q2. For the median, we know it is the 50th percentile. Okay? It is the 50th percentile. Now, what is the formula? R equals P over 100, of course, multiplied by n minus 1, close, plus 1. So what is it? This is 50 over 100 into 9 minus 1 plus 1. So this will be 0.5 multiplied by 8 plus 1. What is it? It is 5. So we're going to look for the fifth value on our data set. The fifth value on our data set, this was the third, it's what? 19. It is 19. Right, it is 19. Therefore, median is 19. Okay? Perfect. Now, we must look for the upper quartile. Upper quartile is Q3, of course. So please don't be confused when I write Q3 and now I'm writing everything in full. Upper quartile. It is the 75th percentile. Okay? Now the formula, R equals P over 100 into n minus 1 plus 1. So this is 75 over 100 into, 9 minus 1 plus 1. Right? So what is it? D. This is 0.75 times 8 plus 1. What is this? Our answer is 7. So our upper quartile is located on the 7th value. Let's look for it. this was the Q1, this was the median, so it must be 30. Here is it, it's 30, right? It's 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It is 30. It is 30. Therefore, upper quartile is 30. Upper quartile is 30. The last one was asking us to find the maximum value. We know this is 45. We see it's the largest value, the maximum value, right? But we saying use the formula. Though you don't need to use it, but for the sake of the question, let's just say maximum. What is maximum? Of course, it is placed at the 100th percentile. Okay, so formula R equals P over 100 multiplied by n minus 1 close plus 1. What is it? It is 100 over 100 into 9 minus 1 plus 1. When you check on your calculator, your answer is 9. Therefore, the maximum value is, I think we said 45. Yes, it's 45. It is the last one, all right? It is the last one, which is 45. If you want to check, indeed it is. Let's check the 9th value on our data set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's your last value. Okay? That's your last value. Okay? That's your last value. So this is how you use your percentiles. Okay? This is how you use your percentiles. Now, something that I think I need to mention is this one here. Let me just give you an example because I needed to, I think I need to do this one. Now, another example, find the, let me say 20th percentile. Okay, find the, okay, let me say given, oh boy, given 60, 65, 70, 70, 75, 75, 75, let me make 4 75s, 75, 80, 80, another 80, 85, 85, 85, 85, 85, 90, 90, 90, 95, 95, 100 and 100. 100 and 100. Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, it's perfect. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let me see. 60, 65, 70, 70. Okay. Okay, it's fine. I'm gonna do it like this. It's okay. Here. So I'm gonna say find the 20th percentile, and then I'm gonna say find the 80th percentile. Okay, 80th percentile and 20th percentile. Okay, so because we want to, let's see, now you are finding the 20th percentile and the 80th percentile. How many values do we have here? We have 23 values. Okay, so for number 1, let's see, number 1, we're looking for the 20th percentile, so we'll say R equals let me write the formula P over 100 into N minus 1 plus 1. Remember, these things, you can also do them on your own without a formula by just aligning what is 20% of the data. But for using the formula, let's just proceed in this way. So what is this? This is 20th percentile. So this is 20 over 100 over how many values? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 23. 23 minus 1 plus 1. Let's see. So we have 0.2 of 22 plus 1. So what is this? Our answer is 5.4. Okay? Our answer is 5.4. So 5.4, maybe we then need to say, okay, 5.4, you are not a whole number, or you are not an integer, right? I see you are a decimal. So we are going to say we find the average of the 5th and 6th term. What is the 5th term? Therefore, our rank, basically, this value will be 20th percentile is, so our 20th percentile is, what is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 75 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's this value here and this value here. All right, so we're getting their average is 75 plus 75 all over 2. What is it? This is 150 over 2, and this is 75. Okay, so the 20th percentile is 75. Then we are good to go. This is how you find it. Now, let's then find our 80th percentile. Let's find our 80th percentile. R equals P over 100 multiplied by, open bracket, N minus 1, close, plus 1. Okay? So, we said 80th percentile. So, it will be 80 over 100. We have 23 terms. So, it will be 23 minus 1 plus 1. What is our answer? 0.8 of 22 minus 1. Let's see. It is 18.6. It is 18.6. Oh, therefore, 80th percentile is, remember, this is the location. 80th percentile is, let's look for the 18th and 19th term. This is the 6th. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So it's 90 plus 90. All right, 90 plus 90. Okay, is 90 plus 90 all over 2. What is this? 180 over 2 is 90. Therefore, the 80th percentile is 90. Right. So this is how you do your percentiles, guys. So until we meet next time. Bye-bye.